Hello, again. I took care of some problems, things like that. Thought I'd go live again. You know, to me, I don't understand how people can get so excited over scientists finding a dead man or woman in a graveyard, even though it is an ancient graveyard and ancient beings and ancient people. I don't understand how people can get so excited about it. The reason that is, I think now, the reason I say that is, I've read many of these stories here recently, and everyone has a common occurrence, a common indecency to it. The theft of items buried with these people. Quite interesting to me to see how how it's okay to steal some ancient person's belongings. But yet, if I dug up grandma tomorrow and took her wedding ring off her hand and then said I needed to do a test on her body to see what a body was like before the virus hit the world, you'd all have a fit. Oh, we can study the viruses that happened back then. Oh, we can learn so much from that back then. We can learn so much from grandma today too. Oh wow, Brian, we just got through some thundering and things like that. To me, it's quite a disgusting thing that scientists think they have the right to do that, but yet modern people, you even discuss that, and people go to every length so grandma and grandpa don't get dug up, much less have their stuff stolen from them from death. Oh my God. Let's put everybody in fucking prison for that because they've done it. They've done it to morticians that have stole watches, rings, everything else off of bodies. But if it's in the name of science, it's okay to steal everything that's buried with the person. It's okay to never reinter their bodies. Just in the name of science. So in the name of science, I think scientists need to start digging up grandma and grandpa, steal their rings, steal all the stuff they were buried with, put it in a museum somewhere, and start start the virus testing to see what a body was like before the virus, and see what the body is like now after the virus. How do you think that is a good thing? Do any of y'all think that's a good thing? Want me to dig up your grandma, steal her rings that your grandpa spent probably 4 months, 5 months, or more, maybe even 3 or 4 years worth of money to buy and put it in a museum? Hey, this was the ring of so and so, the first person we dug up to check to check to check to see what a body's like before COVID, before the virus was around. Ain't it cool? It's what they do to these people that people are so excited about. They just recently did a story about some people that were unearthed that were completely undeterred by the ravagings of decay. They were my people. I'm disgusted. They pulled their bodies out of the ground. 900 bodies out of the ground, I should say. Not a one ever reinterred into the ground. All the belongings that were buried with them, stolen and put in museums or other places. Hey, Mrs. Dillenbeck, how are you? So again, should I be happy that these scientists have stole 900 bodies of my people, never reinterred them back into the ground, all in the name of science, and stole all their belongings? Again, let's say all in the name of science, maybe we need to dig up grandma and see what a body was like before the virus happened, and steal all of her belongings and put it in a museum saying, oh, this is the first person we dug up. This is the first person we dug up, and you get to see her pretty little ring that her husband bought her with her 2 years worth of salary just to make sure she got a good wedding ring or whatever, so on and so forth. Maybe we should start doing that. There ain't no different. So the excitement I see when people are like, oh my God, they found these people, and it's so cool, and it's so great, and it's so awesome. Well, how would you like for grandma never to be reinterred back into the ground? One of the first people I just seen on a show just a few seconds ago, they talked about it's been out of the ground for over 40 years and never been reinterred for 40 years, and been doing testing on that body for over 40 years. And never reinterred that body to the ground. It's quite upsetting to me. I don't know about y'all. I think you'd all be pretty upset too if grandma was taken out of the ground, did all sorts of tests on her. Oh, her brain's still intact. Let's cut that open. Oh, her heart's still intact. Let's cut that open. Oh, let's see what grandma ate too. Let's steal all the stuff she was buried with, put it in a museum. Sorry if I do not show the enthusiasm that some people want to show just because it was all in the name of science. I just don't show that same enthusiasm. I think it's disgusting quite well, if you ask me. Hey, new guru, what's up, buddy? Hope you're well, man. I think it's quite disgusting myself that they would dig up bodies. What do they need 900 fucking bodies for? Agree, Mrs. Dellenbeck. I'm not excited over it by no means. I think it's gross. I think it's disgusting. That's what they did to my people. I don't know if I'm related to some of the people that they call the bog people, personally through blood. I do know they are descendants of my people, which are the Muskogee Creek, Choctaw, Chickasaw, Miccosukee, Seminole, and so on and so forth. I do know they are descendants of those people, and which are my people. The ones in particular that I'm talking about, they found just recently down in Florida. They had their brains intact. They found a graveyard of over 900 of them, took all 900 fucking bodies and not reinterred one, stole all of their belongings that they were buried with. And then they're talking all sorts of bullshits and lies about it on top of it, which really disgusts me. Just to see what they ate back then, just to see what type of disease they had back then, so on and so forth. Well, you will sit there and see that in Florida, they just recently found a bunch of bog people. Their brains were still inside their skull, shrunken up, of course, but not decayed. They found over 900 bodies in that particular bog. All 900 bodies are now having tests ran on them, not reinterred or any other thing for that matter. All their items they were buried with were stolen and put into museums or in crates under the Smithsonian Institute. That's also, if you go to find out where they put the shit, you'll find out that's where they put it. It's either in museums or in crates under museums or crates in museums, mostly the Smithsonian Institute. These bodies they're talking about, this really disgusts me. They even said there are no natives on their team to cross-contaminate anything. So that's how they know that there is no cross-contamination to find out if these were true natives or not. Okay, well, so now all it is just white fucking people doing their normal thing and stealing native stuff yet again. And people are excited about this. Again, let me go dig up Grandma out of her gravesite tomorrow in the name of science, because I want to see what Grandma ate before COVID. I want to see what Grandma's body was doing before COVID. I want to see what Grandma's brain was like before COVID. I want to see what Grandma's internal organs were like before COVID. Oh, by the way, she had a ring on her thumb. I'm going to put that in a museum and say, oh, cool, look at this. Ain't this neat? This was the wedding ring she had on. I thought you needed to see it because this was the first person we dug up to see what COVID was, what a body was like before COVID. Need to see what she ate too. Need to see what her brain was like before that too. Need to see what her organs were like before that too, because we need to know the difference. There might be a difference between the way her body was before the COVID versus the way a body is now after the COVID. We need to find the difference. No difference in what they're doing to these people today as that scenario. And they say, oh, I feel so moved because I got to see this body. No, they feel so moved because they got a $2.8 billion grant. That's why they felt moved. $2.8 million grant. Actually, the bog people in Florida got I said 2.8 million. I'm looking at it now. It's $2.8 billion grant. because they had to drain the bog. They had to do all sorts of shit to get to these people. $2.8 billion grant. Yeah, that's pretty damn moving to me too. Just saying. So excuse me if I do not share the enthusiasm that other people do in the name of science. Excuse me if I think it's wrong to dig up anybody's descendants or accidentally happen upon them and then not return their bodies in a respectable manner. Accidents happen. We do expand. People don't know where some of these graves are. They were never marked. That's all well and good. If you have to move the bodies, then move the bodies and reinter them with all their belongings. Don't do tests on them. Don't fucking do all this. I need to find out this, I need to find out that, and I need to find out this in the name of science. So excuse me if I don't hold that same enthusiasm as many do. It's disgusting to me. Like I said, let me go dig up Granny or Great Granny or Great Great Granny and see how you feel, all in the name of science. Because I wanted to see what she ate. I wanted to see what she did. I wanted to see what her body was like before the COVID. Because she's the only bodies I know of now before the COVID is Granny, Mom, Dad, Granny, Grandpa, Grandma, great grandpa, great grandma. They're the only ones I know now. Anybody that died before the COVID is the only bodies we know of. So I think we need to start go digging them up. So in the name of science, so we know what bodies, how bodies reacted to the COVID versus not having the COVID. How's that? Dig them up, all in the name of science, steal their shit, put it in a museum. Your guru, I think you're more correct on that. Honestly. And they said, and what really gets me is they really put this one lady. Oh, I was so moved to be in the presence of this. Oh my God. And then the next thing they talked about was the grant money that they got, that they needed to get, and that they got given to them to drain the bog to get to the people in Florida. Like I said, a $2.8 billion grant moves a lot of people. Just saying. Makes it very moving to their soul. So I'm gonna. I think people need to get together, apply for a grant, to go dig up grandmas and grandpas, and start doing the digging tomorrow out of graves right now, because I think we need a test and a study done on what a body was like before the COVID. I think that's what needs to be done. I want to dig up everybody's grandma and grandpa that died before the COVID, mom, dad, kids, whatever. Because that's what they do to these people. So, you know, the last bog people had several young kids as well in that. The ones that I watched from Florida had several young kids, several full-grown adults, things like that. Hey, Callie, what's up, huh? And that's what I seen. Oops, sorry, I ain't trying to show that shit. I'm trying to actually move through it. So now, if I am talking out of turn, which I don't feel as though I'm talking out of turn about this, you can feel as though I'm talking out of turn. I don't care. So, and if people see it differently from me, well, that's well and fine. I don't care. But just think of it along my lines and how you would feel about your people having that done to you before you show excitement about this. Because I see no excitement in it. I see disgusting individuals that want to disturb the rest and peace and sanctity of a dead person. That's what I see. No decency for the dead. I have no respect for people and things that do things like that. I've seen people put in prison. I've seen people put in jail. I've seen people all sorts of things happen to them for stealing modern day people. Okay, good, Kelly, good. For doing that to modern day people, same exact thing, no difference. Hope you're well, keeper of the list. They did the same exact thing, no different. Stole their belongings. Now some went to prison for not interring. Okay, good, Callie. See, I told you, just keep your head up. I figured your kitty would be all right, hon. I'm glad she's so good. I'm glad she's well. I'm happy. Thank you, talking to Bisi, for answering that prayer. But it's okay. But like I said, I seen them do it to modern day people. I'm pretty good, except for I'm disgusted by people that get excited over finding uh, people that are related to my people in a bog. They stole over 900 of their bodies, and it's from small children all the way up to full grown adults because they were well preserved in that bog. They kept all 900 of the bodies, never reinterred any of them, and stole all their belongings they were buried with. All in the name of science, so they can brag about now they know what they ate, where they ate it at, so they know what type of disease that they went through, so they know what their brain was all about, so on and so forth, and things like that. Okay. And people get excited about that. So I bring up the fact, okay, so now that we've had this COVID thing, maybe we should start digging up the kids, the moms, the dads, the grandmas, grandpas, great grandpas, and all that for modern day people and see what they ate before COVID. See how their organs looked before COVID. See how their brains were before COVID. And then steal all their rings and their stuff and things like that and put it in a museum. No, they're doing that to dead people, Keeper. That's what I'm talking about. Bog people, as they call them to be exact, because they found them in a bog. I just recently watched a video on that. Talked about it for a short bit the other day. Excuse me if I don't get excited about that. You know, I'm not. When they pulled nine, yeah, I agree. I have no respect for that either. The mummies, them going through mummified remains and doing that shit and never reinterring them. I have a big problem with that. Always have. Especially when they have as big of a problem as if I would have went after grandma, grandpa, son, daughter, mom, dad, whatever that died. And I think personally there should be studies done on what the body was before COVID versus what's after. So let's dig them up. Let's get our government grants, my $2.8 billion government grant to do this. Fuck, let's start it. But while we're at it, let's steal the rings that were on Granny's hand, Grandpa's hand, Mom and Dad's hand, or anything that got buried with these people and put them in a museum or in a crate. And never, ever in 40 years' time reinter the bodies to the ground where they belong or whatnot, like that. I think that's what needs to be done. Why not? Ain't no different than digging up King Tut's tomb and stealing his remains and putting it in a fucking museum. I agree. There ain't no difference in that. There ain't no different than uh, for any of it, and should not be thought any different just because they were ancient or they were older beings, so on and so forth. See, I got a good, valid reason why we should dig up grandma, grandpa, mom, and dad, son, and daughter right now, today, for modern day people. It's just as good of a reason as what they're trying to use to say it's okay to keep 900 bodies of my people that were pulled out of that bog, from small children to full grown adults. Actually, if you were to one thing that is quite interesting, that once I did watch that, and then I found out that they took over 900 bodies of my people and didn't reinter them back into the fucking ground and stole all their belongings. Before I found out that they did all that, there was an interesting fact there. Most of the people today are that are almost full blood or are full blood of the people in Florida were actually were actually are actually about the same size as them. They were not there. The size difference did not vary. Now, from them to today, but there are people that talk about the shorter people in between that time period. Okay, They do talk about that. So it's quite an interesting, that was quite an interesting find to me. I don't know about the toxicity and all that because they went on to say, oh, we got this grant. They talked about how they're cutting them open to see what they have in their guts, to see what they fed on, what they're eating, cutting their brains open, things like that. And then the next thing you hear this lady, oh, it was such a moving experience. It was so moving. And then the very next thing they talk about is the $2.8 billion grant they got. Um, I've seen bogs that were larger than the one that they had to drain that cost less than $2.8 billion to drain them. So there was a lot of money went into a lot of people's pockets, all in the name of science as well. So excuse me if I do not share the same enthusiasm as people do for the name of science. Oh, it might be, Keeper. It might be. I don't know. I don't honestly. I don't. I don't really care if their bone structure was different 10,000 or 7,000 years ago versus to today. I don't care. What I care about is my people being reinterred into the ground and treated like they would want their grandma, their grandpa, their moms, their daughters, their sons, their dads, their great grandmas and great grandpas be treated. My people should be treated no differently. The first one that I seen on the show tonight that I watched that they were so eagerly and excited about has been out of the ground now for 40 years. Because new technology has come around. It's okay. It's okay because it's in the name of science that that body has not been reinterred into the ground because it's all in the name of science, and and it's okay because new technology came out, so we got more to do in the name of science. And that's the whole point. That's the whole point I'm having a problem with. I don't know about selling the remains for fast food joint there, Guru, but that is quite an interesting. That's that's quite an interesting fucking way to think about it, dude, Guru. That was quite interesting. That made me laugh. You volunteered in the name of science and was denied. What did you volunteer for? Their list, keeper of the list. Where the hell did I put my tobacco? There it is. Live experimentation. Okay. Well, if you willingly and wantingly, I guess, wanted to be experimented on, I guess if you had it in writing, it would be okay. If you want your organs harvested after your death, you can have that done. They have your driver's license to have that as the ability to be done. So, you know, just saying that, you know, the wanting, if you knowingly did it and wanted to do it, I guess that would be fine. But to do it without without giving consent or knowing that it was going to happen, I don't think's fine. Especially when I know the way the way these people think, because it ain't changed in 10,000 years to today. Willingly or unwillingly, new guru? If it's unwillingly, I would be saying the same thing for you, new guru. If you did not want your body in a fucking lab, I would say that is wrong. Yeah, but were you a keeper? Are you saying you would do that? You were willing to do that willingly and knowingly willing to do that. That's the whole point I'm getting at. Because these people didn't know that. As a matter of fact, these people's beliefs, like I said, haven't changed since the time they were buried to now. To unbury their bodies and not reinter them into the ground properly means they cannot go. They are now stolen from the afterlife, and they are now not in the afterlife again. And you cannot tell me they do not know that, because they severed and took, when Osceola passed, they took, the white people took his head, so he no so they would go against the Native American culture, and so Osceola would always never be able to get into the afterlife. And that's wrote in goddamn Andrew Jackson's freaking memoirs, so you know. Okay, new guru. Cool. Sounds good to me. See, willingly, I have no problem with. I have no problem with. To go against the person's cultures, beliefs, and every other thing to that matter, I have a big problem with. If they never had the ability to sign a paper and say, hey, yeah, it's cool, do it. Do it. Fine. I don't have no problem with it. You know, I do have a problem with that. And I guarantee you, with as strong as the people are in their beliefs, even today, uh, they would never sign a paper for that. And I think that back then they would have probably been even more stronger in their beliefs than they are today, because it had bastardized, and in some aspects it's been bastardized, in other aspects it ain't. But there's also been so much other shit put put out there that wasn't taught. Today there's more shit out there being taught about different ways, beliefs, and traditions and things like that that wasn't taught back then, you know. So they would have even been stronger in their beliefs. So I guarantee you they would have never, more than likely, signed a paper saying, yep, you can use my body for science when I die, or 10,000 years from now after my death, because they believe that now they are, if you go by their beliefs, their body, their souls are not in the afterlife anymore. They're stuck here on earth again because they aren't reinterred in their final resting place. Well, you should watch Epoch's. You should go look at Epoch's Times new guru on the harvesting of bodies and their organs before death and after death. Yeah, it got two of their printing presses burnt down in China because they were exposing China for it, and they were ran out of China. So, just saying, there, dude, it's quite interesting to read. And that harvesting of human organs to transplant into another person's body is also a multi-trillion-dollar industry over in China per year. So I agree with that new guru as well. To me, some of the stuff I'm seeing is just straight up disgusting. That's all I could say to that. And I know I don't appreciate it as it being my people. Now they wanna now they want to uh the white people want to get on board with that, which they won't. Then they got a legitimate complaint because I know many Native Americans that are appalled by that as well, due to the beliefs of the people and how appalling it is to take and never reinter their body. To mangle their bodies, to dismember their bodies, and things of that sort. Yeah, I know, New Guru. Just one of the many reasons I don't do Mickey D's anymore. One of the many reasons. And there are articles out there about that, so y'all know. New Guru ain't just talking out his ass. There's articles out there about it. So yeah, I can honestly say this restream would be okay to do if you were live streaming on a phone. I just don't think this would do well as far as what I'm doing right now. It's hard to see. It's hard to get the uh, um, it's hard to get the link out there, and then hard to see if people are uh, um, actually wanting to come up. They got busted for that too. So you're correct on that too, New Guru or keeper of the list. Excuse me. So you're right on that as well. I believe that is the link if you'd all like to come up. No, they actually found where they were doing basically uh, what I would consider uh, uh, stem cell research on a mass scale with the people with the people being unsuspecting of it that go to McDonald's. Just saying. But I am sorry I do not show the same enthusiasm as any other person out there that says science has the right to do this. Um, without a consent. You know, oh, we couldn't get the consent. They're 7,000 years old. You probably would have never got the consent back then anyway, if you were alive then and tried to get the consent. Just saying, because they were more, in my opinion, more strong to their beliefs because their beliefs were untainted by the preaching of other beliefs. So probably won't stay on long because of the way this thing's set up. I'm not liking it. I'm going to have to look for a different thing for the phone because I'm not liking it as for the phone to do what I'm doing right now. It's actually sort of crappy, if you ask me. And it also says mobile device support is limited. Switch to desktop computer for best experience. It does say that as well. Well, or find ways to build if you want to build with trees to be coexist with the tree without killing it. Maybe keeper of the list. That would probably be a good way to do it as well. You know, because there are ways to do that. The Native Americans did it for years. Just saying. Oops, that was the wrong one. Uh, always need trees. Yes, always need trees. Hemp compressed just as strong. Yeah, hemp can be just as strong. I agree with you. I'm not denying that one bit, but I'm in total agreement with you on that. Um, Hemp is a damn well a strong plant. Let's see here. Um, so yeah, maybe you could do it that way. Mhm. Let's see here. But I just thought I'd want to put my 2 cents out there and let y'all know how I felt about that. Yeah. And how I see no difference than their grandma, grandpa, mom, dad, kids, anybody in their family being pulled out of the ground to see what the body was like before COVID. I guarantee you, if something like that happened and it was put out on the news, a ton of people would be upset. Probably even hit the streets over it. They've made it illegal for everybody except for the bullshit PhD guy to fuck with bodies like that. I don't see why they should not be made illegal as well. Oh, well, they don't sell the stuff they steal out of the ground. Yes, they do. They sell and trade stuff that they have in the Smithsonian Institute with other countries all the time to get stuff to put in their museum from other countries. They just don't get it free. They trade, they sell, they do whatever to get stuff from other countries. Oh, wow. Cool, Keeper. Cool. Let's see here. Hey, Salty, what's up? Yeah, you are a little bit late. um, let's see if I can get that link back in here. It's hard to put a link when you're doing mobile. I see what you mean. The mobile is harder to do with the restream than it is on a computer. Now Restream, it looks like it would be good if you did it for like, let's say, going live. It looks like it'd be okay to do it to go live. But there's the link. Let's see how this works to get you up. If you can come up. Okay, it says you're here. There it is. Okay. Well, that part ain't so bad. There you go. Hey, man, what's up?
Not much. Just
Not much. What? You broke up, man. At least to me, you did.
yeah, I just rolled up at work. You saw those text messages?
No, I haven't. I missed them.
All the somebody from the Fun Brigade. Fuck. Somebody from the Fun Brigade said that they're going to have a bunch of people coming to my house. Great. I said I'll get the grape Kool-Aid and pork sandwiches, and I'll have them laid out for you guys. They said they're even going to stop and bring cold wood down. Get the lube, and I'm like, hey, I didn't come if you get the lube.
God dang. What the fuck?
It ain't on my end.
No, that's
Somebody's
me.
phone.
I was like, it was my phone. I had like 100,000 fucking messages come in that I didn't know I had.
I know, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay, now I see it.
Crazy shit, right? Naked woman gonna hurt me. Of a fat chick from the internet hurt me.
That type of
I
thing.
swear, some people have too much time on their hands, dude.
I also do, know. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, if they're bringing asshole Kate from the Masshole Report, then I'll definitely need the anal lube for her.
Oh, that's funny.
The anal lube and smooth out that Shaw's whiskers on his face.
Right.
You know, it's funny because they never actually made it to Emo's house, technically. They got pulled over in town and they weren't allowed to go to Emo's house. So, yeah. I gotta say, that's kind of funny. There's no fucking way they're coming to my house, dude. No way in hell.
Right.
There's no way.
Right.
And, you know, these guys have way too much time on their hands to message me. And, you know, the thing is, I won't change my phone number. That's what it gets.
Right.
I refuse to change my phone number. All I have to do is put them on block, and they're never going to bother me again. The fuck do I care?
Right. Well, you know, I was just thinking about something too. You know, you got these people that support and that are supporting Storm Hunter and Country Gal, right? And I got to thinking, when she first got here, when Storm Hunter and Country Gal first got here,
Yep.
And there's reference to it to that video. I put the link out on your one video, where the Stormgate 2021, where she came onto Jen T's channel. Callie says hi, Salty. She came onto Jen T's channel begging for money because her kids needed diapers and some formula. Someone gave her $250 for diapers, plus an extra $150 for formula. That's $400 fucking dollars.
Mm-hmm.
The very next night, she's on another channel doing the same thing. Oh, I need diapers for my child. I need this and this. And then Jen T, me, and a few others called her out on that. You just got a whole bunch of money given to you. Where's that money at? That was the first time Storm Hunter decided to have his fit and start threatening to hurt, maim, kill, rip people's heads off, shit down their throats, shit like that.
I
That was
know.
the
Look,
first time.
he's a big blowhard.
What's that?
Storm Hunter blowhard. He ain't gonna do shit to nobody because, quote unquote, he has all these medical conditions. Blah 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 blah. It's all the Salty Rant's fault. Huh? Okay.
Oh, let's talk about the medical conditions that's Salty Rant's fault. Okay. Did I not, or did I have one night where I did a 6-hour live stream, and then the very next night I did a 9-hour live stream, pointing out the lies, the deceit, and everything else with that?
Yep.
And wasn't that because wasn't that because they said you killed him, and that they had pictures of the funeral, they had proof that he was dead, so on and so forth?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then they show me a picture of the funeral, and what was it?
It was a Getty. It was a Getty. Damn. It was a Getty image of a little boy.
Yeah, a little boy standing at a coffin grieving.
You want to hear the crazy part? 4 months ago, Storm Hunter and Country Gal contacted me, and Country Gal did all the talking for 3 hours. I have the calls recorded, and I have them in 4 segments on my phone. And at the end, I said, I know you're recording this. Don't worry. I've been recording this whole time also. She wanted to revisit past history on why I said what I said and did what I did. You know, and I didn't make any excuses. I told her the truth, but she already knew this. She was just recording it. I have those recordings and for the Lou Stefano channel in the near future, so I can play snippets and then.
Well, hold on. That I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see all that. Now I got to go back to where I was going with my line of questioning. Didn't she also Storm Country Gal? Storm's Country Gal, she's calling herself now. She went by Country Gal back then. Didn't she also get on the internet and beg people for money to help with funeral expenses for this dead man that's now very much alive?
Yeah.
But yet these people sit there and sing a colonel call her the Colonel. That's what she claimed to be. Get up and walk. And they went after NC Tyrant Hunter for trying to help her. Because he got fooled by her like a lot of people did. They went after NC Tyrant Hunter, went after several other people, yelling and screaming about that, saying they should have known she was a fake and a fraud, but yet they support Storm Hunter and his wife today after they defrauded probably hundreds, maybe, most likely hundreds, maybe even thousands of dollars from the people of this community.
You know, the part about it is because Mary Jane Rottencrotch supports them, it's okay.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm getting at. They went after the Colonel, though, with vengeance. Went after people with vengeance that tried to help her, but yet I had Mary Jane Rottencrotch on that 6-hour video call me everything but a fucking white boy.
Yep.
And even told me I needed to crawl off in the swamps and die when I was calling out the lie and the lie of his death.
Yep.
And now he's back and she's not even said a word about it.
Nope.
They defrauded the community out of money, not once but twice. Video proof on the first one was on Gentees. I don't know if she has it now or not, because now she's sucking up to them, which really is blowing my mind.
Well, see, Gentee doesn't want to fight with anyone, and so it's easier to join them rather than try to fight.
Right. But it was on her channel where she defrauded the people when she was asking for diaper money. It's on that. It's was all over the internet where they were going around begging for money for help for funeral expenses, because she couldn't feed her kids at the point, because all the money was going to funeral expenses for this live dead man.
Right. And you know the crazy part? I had a car accident showing that the trolls were dogged and determined at giving me grief. On the 19th anniversary of 9/11, I never asked for a single dime from anyone, and yet I'm the worst guy on the internet because I married Jane Rottencrotch, and all the trolls wonder if I was really hurt. I never said I died. Other people like Big D were making jokes about saying rip, salty rant, and everything else. No,
Right.
I was showing the dogged determination of Mary Jane Rottencrotch, and how when she attacks people, she doesn't let go. She's attacking me for. She started a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
And she's never going to tell the truth, just like she doesn't tell the truth with David Warden. They had a love affair. She's a jilted lover. She even said in text messages she was going to destroy him. It's on his channel, Houston. If you look hard enough, you can find the video. The real Teresa revealed.
Mm-hmm. So I'm just sitting here mind boggled and mind blown how they can support someone who killed himself. He begged money from the internet to help pay for funeral expenses because they couldn't feed their kids, because she couldn't feed their kids, because all the money was going to funeral expenses. But yet now he's alive and they're right up his ass, pushing him along, making him a good guy, making him look a good guy. I'm just trying to figure this out. disgusting to me, if you ask me.
Mary Jane Bronkosh has such a vendetta against the Salty Rant for bringing things up about her that are true. She will throw in, look bad. Look, I got taken off the internet, cyberbullying and harassment, supposedly Colton Wood, right? But yet Peanut came on your panel a couple days ago now and said she was the one that struck my channel because I put out her public information and doxed her. I never doxed her. It's public. I can tell you the website and everything to go to get it. And she's all mad and she wants who gave me the information, who paid the money. Well, that's a need in it, and you don't need to know. I'm not going to tell you.
Correct. And I don't blame you.
And here's the best part about it. It's going to drive her fucking crazy trying to figure out who did what. That's why I'm going to tell her. I want to drive her crazy because she's all worried about it. Who gave my information? Blah, blah, blah. You know what? My information is out there as well. But since everybody knows the Salty Rant, and they already have my address, my phone number, they've got everything but my social security number.
Yep.
I live my life in the public, Tammy, like you and many other people. Look at Peanut's harassment of Swammy, okay, and Betsy Peeler alone.
Yeah.
Yet she's a good person. She's buying people off cheaply, I might add. Mike sold his soul to the devil for a $250 pair of Ray-Ban sunglasses. You think maybe he could ask for a little bit more and got a really nice quality guitar?
Maybe. I'm sure the devil would gladly have gave more. The way the devil talks about the money they have.
You know, just because you have money doesn't mean you have intelligence, class, or brains. That's in my opinion, by the way.
You're right. Well, me and you share the same opinion on that. But I have seen people with money that had intelligence, class, and brains. And that Miss Lawrence, I worked for her. Hunter also stated on Lady Di's stream last night, the Versa 2021 Ford Raptor, that is an $80,000 truck, must have one hell of a job to afford that. Yeah, you know, there you go. If he's got a Ford Raptor, man, you kidding? That is an $80,000 truck. Damn. Boy, I guess when you die and come back to life, they pay you a lot of money is the only thing I can think of, Largo. Just saying.
It's crazy.
I mean, they went as far as to make a fake obituary. Remember that? A fake obituary of his death. How you doing, Largo?
You know what, guys? Go to Vault of Nightmares. There's a guy on the Vault of Nightmares. He goes by the name Josh Turner. And listen to this guy. He sounds exactly like Storm Hunter. Now, if I'm wrong, I'll eat my words.
Well, it might be maybe one of his kids or something. I don't know. Hell,
no,
so, I mean,
like him.
Yeah, you might. I agree with you. I've heard that person talk, but you know, it might be. You never know. It could be anything. But yeah, I think you're right though. In my opinion, I think you're correct. It is him.
That
Yeah, I'm
guy
sure.
was supposedly got a junkyard where he pulls motors. What did Storm Hunter say? He put up a similar story, said he worked on small motors
Yep.
at his house.
Yeah.
There's a lot of similarities between Storm Hunter on YouTube with the voice and the setup. Now, on Vault of Nightmares, he's 16-year-old. Has a Glock collection, supposedly, of every Glock ever made. And he has a 20 girlfriend to Ohio or something. So that would mean he doesn't have any small kids running around, and the kids I suppose he made fun of don't exist.
Correct. See, these are all the things I've been pointing out too, you know, and how much this man is lying.
So if the Vault of Nightmares,
he's lied, he's deceived, and made money through lies and deceit off of people of YouTube. And now Mary Jane Rotting Crotch and the rest of them trolls throw their lot in with him. And that's the type of things I try to get people to see that people ain't realizing because they weren't around for it. Oh, I wasn't around for that. Well, bury your head in the fucking sand then. Because you're and play the perpetual victim when it happens to you. Because that's where you're heading. When you've been forewarned, that's what has happened. And it's all there to be found. Take the time to do it. Or be the perpetual victim and go wham, 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 like Peanut and fucking Mary Jane Rotting Crotch and so on and so forth. Be the perpetual victim. Been forewarned. People know it's happened. I even brought the video out of because it's my video. It was not Gen T's video. It's my video, so that can't be copyright struck or anything else. It was my own video that I sent a link to. By the way, I never played it. I sent the link to it, and you could even hear her discussing how she deceived the community. And now she's over there sucking up to him.
Oh, yeah, Gen T. When everybody sent money to get her propane tank, she fucked space heaters and everything else.
The cheapest space heaters you can find, I might add. It wasn't the expensive kind. It was the cheap ones that you pay like $15-20 for at the Walmart, and you get 1 or 2 years out of them and throw them away. So,
well, she got some money out of them.
Yep, sure did. So she's no better. But then again, she also called the cops on Eric Brandt and denies it. And that's what got us in our argument and got me kicked out of her house in Pennsylvania. But anybody who was listening to that live stream knows very damn well why I got in an argument with her. And it was that very reason.
Wiley Coyote was her and her husband to the hospital and pick up a female friend of his who was brutally raped and beat up. He even offered to pay her, and you know what? No. That's why he had a grudge. They're all buddy on Lady Dice.
Yeah, I see that. I see that. So, you know, that's the type of bullshit that I'm seeing happening here. The truth shall set you free when you first lie to deceive your web grows bigger and bigger, and eventually it will envelop you. And you will kill yourself with your own web of lies.
Yep.
Remember that, Gen T. Remember that, Storm Hunter. Remember that, Mary Jane Rotting Crotch. And so on and so forth. You're killing yourself with your own web of lies.
Mary Jane Rottencroft says, oh, we're all on the bus together. If you attack one of us, you have to attack all of us. So what basically she's saying is, if one of us is going to lie about me, they're all going to lie about me.
Oh, yes, and they have. And I've seen that. But here's the thing. Their lies are being brought out left and right now. Their deceit, how they go after people and take their try to take their channels down like they did NC Tyrant Hunter over fucking a colonel that got up and walked, but yet a man killed himself. His wife begged on the internet to have help to feed her children because they had to pay funeral costs.
Well, that's not Scott Walker. That was Storm Hunter, nearly risen from the dead, taking assumed role.
Yep.
Yeah. We called him out.
Oh.
And then Scott Walker go, oh, disappeared. He doesn't exist anywhere.
Goodbye, Raccoon Man. No threats allowed here. Not to Salty. Sorry.
You know, Raccoon Man, you're a pussy. You're a pussy, Raccoon Man. You know what? Mad at me? I told somebody else's live stream that I'd rather be a smoking frog than a bottom-feeding rodent.
If that's the only thing that pisses him off to says to make you say you're toast, wow.
Well, actually, I think that was Raccoon that was. And I just said I'd pull out pulled pork sandwiches and grade, and they said they were going to stop and get Colton Wood. And then he sent me a picture. Well, either Rain Man or one of the idiots from the Fun Brigade. And they act like I'm fucking scared. Look, come in house and see if I'm scared. Actually, let me amend that. Do not come to my house. But should you, I'll come out. I'll fight You guys want to fight me over words on the internet? You sent Colton Wood to my house to fight me over words on the internet? Are you fucking stupid? What are we in the fourth grade? You're going to take my lunch because, why, you can? No. I'm going to find a fight for him. I'm going to smash you in the back of the head and take my fucking lunch money back and then take your fucking sneakers, bitch. You could walk home.
And then take your sneakers with you. That's funny. But, yeah.
Understand. You have to understand.
That type of stuff is so stupid.
They're trying to ramp this shit up, and it's stupid. They're trying to make fucking even know Raccoon Man. And he sounds like an old dude who has health issues. I'm afraid to hit an older person, older than myself.
Right. But yeah, these people are crazy. They're having fits that they're being exposed left and right on their hypocrisy, their lies, their deceit, how they go after people's channels, how they fucking treat people that they one day they're fucking friends with, then the next day they lie about them and try to destroy their channels, things like that.
Look at what Nevaeh did with her 15-year-old grandson and talked about it on it was no big deal. Okay? Right. And only after I made my video did she make a retraction.
Right.
Why then, just like you said, Tammy, why is she making a retraction if she didn't do anything wrong? See, that's the whole point. knows she did something wrong, and then she retract and say, "Oh well, I made a mistake. My grandson is 19." No, he was 15, and you even discussed it in great detail. And
Correct.
Golden Eyes was making sounds like showing that he would do that, and then whoever said "go down on me," you know, if
That
I had
was that was D-Band, I believe.
You're saying it wasn't her on panel, and then I know who it is, but I'm afraid to say it. Well, who was it then? Seriously, that sounded like you, and it like your voice, and it looks just like you, D-Man. So what the fuck are you trying to do damage control? You know, these people are
because
all gonna fucking sick.
The reason she's doing damage control is she was put in amongst that category, and she knows she was just as sick-minded when she came off with the statement that she would look at, if he did that to her, she would look at him and say, "Where did you learn that, sweetheart?"
Yeah.
So
From
that makes her just as sick.
Exactly my point. You know, I think there's a lot of fucking proclivities taking place on YouTube that people don't want you to know about, and when they get caught, then the quickest response: cover up, pull the video, and issue a retraction video.
Right. You're correct. And these people are
everybody
just...
on YouTube listening.
Go to the vault. What?
Is there a new guru? Go to the vault.
Yeah, you're clipping.
And on the Vault Nightmares channel, you'll hear this guy, Josh Turner, former cop, former law enforcement, former fucking military member, and former contractor who runs a junkyard out of his central Louisiana, South Carolina, like Storm Hunter says. I think that if this guy really is Storm Hunter, full of shit about his with Dogman, Bigfoot, and the law. That's what I think.
Sounds like someone did a lot of research to me. That's all.
Well, let me put it to you this way. I found it on accident. The whole time Storm Hunter was gone, I've been listening to this guy and clicked in my head. I'm like, wait a minute. This sounds a lot like Storm Hunter. What the fuck am I listening to? If his wife's name is really Lakeia, like he says it is on the Vault of Nightmares, it's Storm Hunter is Vault. The Vault of Nightmares is Josh Turner, and Lakeia, she's pregnant. So, you know, if they lose their baby, are they going to blame the saltier ant like Storm Hunter Country Girl?
Oh yeah, guaranteed.
Fisher.
Well,
Fisher,
I can't believe
he's being a troll. That's just another one, Tammy.
I know that. That's why I'm going to get rid of it. Give me a second.
You didn't see the caption. You didn't see the caption in the beginning of the show there, Fisher. Hear me? You just don't want to hear me.
There you go. Don't want to listen to lies. Just saying. So there you have it, guys. You got the trolls still protecting. Still protecting. Still doing. Why don't you ask Fisher about Why did she have to do a retraction video to say that at all? To say that her grandson was 19, not 15. A retraction video means she had said that the boy was 15 years old. She had to retract that statement and change it to 19. There's your question. Even their own lie caught them in their lie and deceit. Ask that question, and then maybe you might be welcome back.
But see, Tammy, this is what they do. They don't even think about what they're saying before they say it. They come in you and me, mostly me, and yet when they attack, they're like, "Oh fuck, he makes a great point. Why did they make a retraction video saying he was not 15? Because they said in a video."
Now you did clip
This
out.
is what I'm saying, again. People. Do your own research, people.
I mean, it don't take a rocket scientist to figure out if you make a retraction video, you're retracting what you just said. That's what a retraction is. You say something, you say it clearly, and now you're trying to say, "Oh, I made a mistake." And why did she not do that until someone made a big deal about it? Why did that not happen until then? Hours later. Why was no one ever caught saying, "Hey, you just said that your grandson was 15 years old on the video"? Why is it that she got upset and seemingly upset that the mom did not teach her child this? Well, gee, maybe it was because the child was 15 years old and you don't teach children explicit sexual acts when they're underage because you could go to jail and prison for that. Duh. That's how brainless and how little thought you have. So use a half a brain, you can figure out something. It's not hard. Not hard at all. Just saying. Are you there, Salty Grant? Salty, you there?
Yeah. Okay. I was doing an email.
Oh, okay.
Can you hear me?
Okay, I hear you now. Yes, I hear you now.
I'm doing an
Can you hear me?
An email real. Okay. I'm doing an email.
Okay.
Just give me.
All right.
Damn it.
So, you know, it don't take rocket science to figure out how to ask them questions and why. You know, and then you'll get more lied answers because they got to keep their lies going to cover up their lies. Okay, and that's the way. I hate to tell you, and that's the way. Uh-oh. Why does it say I have no internet? There we go. Damn. Am I back? Said I lost internet connection there for a second. Hopefully I'm back and I didn't lose my stream, my thing. Let's see there. So I didn't lose my stream on this thing. Okay, there we go. See if that fixes that. But maybe they I don't know what happened here. We'll see if it's gonna work or not. Let's see. Am I working? Test.
Exactly my point.
Test.
You know, I think there's a lot of fucking proclivities.
Let's see. Am I working? Test. Yeah, I'm working. Test.
You know, I think there's a lot of fucking.
Yeah.
Working for me. I can hear you.
Okay, good. Yeah, I needed to make sure it was going through because for some reason my phone lost an internet connection for a second. So. There we go. I'm good again. But yeah, so I just went and checked my checked through on my computer here to make sure I was coming through.
Yeah. So.
But these are all things that
Some of these people
should...
have way too much time on their hands, Tammy.
Oh, I agree. And these are some of the things people really need to think about when asking questions like that type of stuff and trying to cover up if they really are truly wanting to figure out something for real. Okay. And that's the way I look at that. I don't know who that Fisher was. They may have been trying to be nice. I don't know. But it sure seemed like they should have been asking a lot different questions than what they were asking here. Is the way I look at it.
Well, basically, it's like this.
And they should be asking why they did what they did.
Basically, it's like this. They're going to ask those questions because to ask those questions, then they would know that I was for making the video. And so that's why they're going to ask it. You know, No Justice said the same thing. He said I was a civil on that video. I took his comment and I pinned it. So no matter what he tries to do, he can never remove that comment. I own it now. And I told him, I said, keep playing the game and spouting your propaganda. That's all I told him.
Now, if you want to do what's
people are
right,
playing the games, spitting their propaganda.
Yep.
That's all they're going to do, Tammy. That's all they're doing. They can't shut me down. I can go ahead and false flag me like. It even came on your because I put out her public information. How can you dox public information?
Right.
That's my whole point. Somebody else gave it to me.
You can't.
Of course, I'm going to take it and I'm going to use it because it's allowed. So the only way to get me off YouTube temporarily was to report me for harassing and bullying. And that was a lie. And I'm working on taking care of that as well.
Right.
Eventually, this is what they do when they're mad at people. They give them copyright strikes or community guideline strikes for bullshit because they're chicken shit to come out and tell the truth.
Right. I agree. And
I have all the information that I can go ahead and report her now, which I've done. I'm going to keep reporting her.
Mm-hmm.
And then if I got to keep her legal, and someone either listens to me or looks into it and says, you're right, channel got false flag. It was the one where I saw the action. I need my subscribers' help. Didn't do anything wrong, but they false flagged it for cyberbullying and harassing. Took me right out.
Right.
These are the people going around on the internet to sell you a bill of goods, but they won't tell you how they came across it or where they got it from. That's
right.
What I'm saying. You can't trust it because
and then when you play the same game with them, it pisses them off. Oh my God, do they get pissed off when you play that same fucking bullshit with them?
Yeah, with these people, expose them for what they are, liars and scumbags. They get mad. They get upset. Yep. They don't like those.
It was like, and the reason I said that was Peanut really got mad when she kept saying, "Well, who gave you that shit? Who gave you that? Who gave you that?" I ain't telling you my source.
None of her.
Well, I mean, yeah. So that's the point I'm getting at.
I'm not going to tell her. It's none of her fucking business. Number one.
Yeah, but how bent out of shape did she get about it? Is what I'm saying, Salty. That's what I'm saying. So when they say, "Oh, bring your proof," and you tell them, "Prove me wrong," they get all bent out of shape over it. And then when you tell them to do the same thing, or tell them to do the same thing, bring your proof, they get all out of shape about it. What the fuck?
Yeah, she was mad. And you know what? That's public information, ladies and gentlemen. That's not doxing. That's not what I got taken off you. I got bullying and harassing, which I did no such thing. That's the game that they want to play. Well, we can play that game. We can play that game.
Mm-hmm.
Rotten Crotch's channel. Yep. And I get 30 for cyber harassment and bullying. Not that I would, but this is a hypothetical to show you how things work. While she's on a live stream talking about me, cyber harassment and bullying, she's going to go down. And she's going to be pissed. And she's going to blame it on me that I had something that didn't. They always use Colton Wood as an excuse because Colton Wood is... I'm not going to get into the story of Colton Wood, but everyone who knows the story knows exactly what I'm talking about. They're going to scapegoat this poor bastard and make it like I'm harassing and bullying him, and that's where my channel gets false flagged.
You're correct. You're correct.
But what everyone needs to keep in mind, I came to my house not once, twice uninvited, and the trolls are still getting in his head trying to egg him on. For a week now, Colton Wood hasn't made any videos of me at all. None.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So that's what I'm saying. And I lose my Salty Rant channel, and I realized that after I got my bullshit flag spike for harassment and cyberbullying. But you know what, guys? Since YouTube isn't standing firm with their policies, and even though I said I never would, I'm now rethinking this. I may make a Salty Rant channel just because Gary Snowflake made another Gary Snowflake channel. Then he made a Twisted channel. The same thing as Gary Snowflake, just Twisted Penguin. Same shit. I might as well Salty because all three channels have different emails.
All right.
So it goes, well, fuck it. I might as well. Nope, just lost his channel for putting up a video of a guy getting killed in the street in a shootout with fucking shoveling snow. A new fucking channel.
Right.
And YouTube allows these people to do this. So if they're going to allow them, why wouldn't they?
Right.
It might take almost, but you're never going to stop my message, is what I'm telling all of you. Never going to happen. There's a lot of people out there that have no channels, just an icon, so they can go out and harass and troll people. That's what they do.
I'll be right back. I need to go take a leak.
So this is what you have to look at, ladies and gentlemen. You know what? You know what, Paul and Fulton? It's absolute their fault. They hit Jason with a baseball bat. They agitated with lies and half-truths. A mentally confused man who became triggered with, and he took it out on. You're absolutely correct. And I made about that. I didn't like it. I made a video on those for Colton Wood, and they didn't like it. This is the crazy part. This is working with here. They don't like those for the shit stirrers they are on the internet. Straight up. And they continue to stir the shit pot every hour of the day. You know, I had from the Fun Brigade, or so he said, attacked me on my phone, it's in my house. And, you know, he's like, scared? I said, should I be? Do you want me to be? Yeah, I think scared. No, I'm not. Then after talking to this idiot and not really getting my point across, I just fucking reported him as spam and went on. But that's what these people do. They go after vulnerable, weak people, and they try to we urge you, go and come. So they try to instigate people every chance they get, because that's what they do. They want anybody or have fun on YouTube, and YouTube is what you make of it. You choose to out the bullshit. I choose to tell the truth about these people at all. They're mad. I'll tell you. They came into Rick's chat and tried to agitate me. I just left. I would go into other chats with the purpose of participants. No, Paul. You know what? I told this guy, I said, after all, this is just entertainment, right? And then they want to say, oh, do I? Do I really? Just because someone can send me an anonymous message over my phone doesn't mean it's scared. Even when Colton Wood came to my house, I wasn't fucking scared. I don't think the Fun Brigade is going to come from the United States on a plane, fly to California, get out, get a car, and then come to my house only to be told to go. Jimmy?
Knowing them, yeah, they might. But they know they are not stupid enough to break the law, and they'll know to stay on the sidewalk, and they're going to try to agitate you out of your house to get you to do something outside your house and come into the street, start yelling, screaming, try to mace you, whatever, so on and so forth. That's what they'll do.
But
honestly,
see,
I believe they'll do it.
Even if I were to sit in my chair and if I was able to put my cooler out and pull up my chair and kick my feet up and just sit back and watch them, who cares, dude? Ain't gonna do shit to me.
No, like I said, they ain't gonna
from Kool-Aid, grape Kool-Aid.
Yeah. Yeah,
You know,
that's exactly what I do.
Paul,
I'm out for
in fact,
about.
I was neither under the or adrenaline. I was not on Wood a couple times. My Karen Street didn't like my language and told me to knock it off. I told her to go in her house and take her grandkids with her. And then when the cops were interviewing Colton Wood, try to complain on me. But yet, years ago, before I ever moved into that neighborhood, her at the time husband would get drunk and throw bottles on the street, and they would fight like cats and dogs. But that's perfectly okay to do, right?
You're right.
Yeah, I don't think harming anyone's property. I was on my property, and I was using my.
Yeah, you have the right to First Amendment right to cuss someone out. Let me correct that last, not intimidate, but
Here's
to
the
instill fear. You correct, Paul. So I'm not very well impressed at all.
I believe you, Paul, but even if they do come to my house, I'm probably on them. I'm going to come out with some water in a trash can so they can throw their bottles in the can. And I'm going to tell them, leave the neighborhood as you found it, clean and pristine. You don't like me? That's You're all trespassing on my property. You can reach over onto the property and grab water and throw your bottles away. Have a nice day and enjoy your audit. Now, when I say that to them, they're going to be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I'm not going to hear that I sent you. Text messages, they say stay. I don't have any guns. I can't stay strapped with a firearm. I sold them all. I made fit. Didn't quite break even. I lost more than I gained, but I don't need a gun in the state of California. I can protect myself without a gun.
Right.
A gun is a handicap. I have combat tactical axes. I got one in my car with me right now in the trunk, and I've got a couple hanging up on the wall in my bedroom. You break into my house, I'm going to chop you to pieces. And there's nothing illegal about it. I may still take the ride to jail for that, but it's a hell of a lot easier for me to explain why I did what I did with a combat axe than if I use the gun.
So I'm running my computer at the same time I'm running the phone because for some reason the phone keeps going on and offline, but it's still getting through. At least that's what my phone's trying to tell me.
Yeah. No, I got you, dude.
So it's supposedly it's going on and offline, supposedly, when it's not. And that's why you keep hearing it. You'll hear in the background.
Right.
Which supposedly it's going on and offline. You can hear every word that's been said when it's not. So.
No, it's fine. But like I said, they want to come, let them waste their gas. I always often say, come on, because that's where it might get you.
Right.
So anyway, it is what it is, dude. I'm not about it. These fucking people are just talking out their ass because that's all they.
settings thing. Okay. On. Not connected. LTG. You still there, Salty? Salt? There we go. There we go, Salty. Are you there? Yes, no, maybe go to hell. I was trying to fix my internet. Are you there? Y'all can hear me now, so that's good. Yes, no, maybe go to hell. Glad I had it running on my computer in here. I was trying to fix my internet. Are you there? Y'all can hear me now, so that's good. Yeah, I don't think it. Honestly, Paul, I don't think any of them have the balls in the county you live in. Well, I don't know, Paul. You know, I do think the Fun Brigade would do something like that. Excuse me. The thing is I don't think they got the balls to break the law. Look, that's what it'd take to go after Salty. Okay, okay. I got you. So, and just that's the way I look at it and the way I see it. So, everybody has the permissive view of California reality as the state varies from county to county. Riverside is one of the most Trump leaning laws and ordered counties in the state, except to expect no leniency. You may be correct, Paul. You may be correct on that, Paul. You just may be correct, buddy. So. Coffee. Well, y'all, I've been at this for a little while. I think I brought to light a lot of interesting stuff as far as what's going on here. 2 hours of change. Everybody, yeah. So almost 2 hours and a little bit of change here to is what I've been on. I'm getting a little bit tired tonight, right now. See if you would like to go live or whatever, if you want to, I don't know. I'm gonna go and shut this down. think y'all got a good, possibly a good way of thinking now. Correctional facilities all over the county. This is always room for one more. There you go, Paul. There you go, Paul. So I shall talk to you all later. Y'all have a great night. Paul, anybody in the chat, you all have a great night. I thought this was worthy of bringing to your attention. It should be brought to your attention about these people and what they've done and what they do and how they do it. So I'm gonna drop on out of here. Yeah, I'll be there. Damn, I've got feedback. Sorry. Let me fix that. My God.